Hey everyone, it's Jason. Welcome to an unboxing component video for Tavern Tales, The Legends of Dungeon Drop, by Phase Shift Games. So this is a standalone, side game for the Dungeon Drop games. You can check out my other videos for them. Essentially what this is supposed to be, narratively be, is that after, all your adventurers have went in the dungeon, dropped all their treasures, and looted what they could. And then they go back to the tavern to tell of their tales, and trying to see who has the best tales. I love the box art where they're showing all the different characters, or at least most of all of them, on the outside of the box. So yeah, it's a separate game from Dungeon Drop. You do not required to have Dungeon Drop in any shape, way, or form to play this, and vice versa. Here's some more pictures on the outside of the bottom of the box. So it's a set collection bluffing type game. And the inside is going to show some different drinks. The camera's at a bad angle to really see all of them, but they're really cool. So let's look at our instruction book quick. And we'll just kind of do a brief explanation of the game. So you're going to have feat cards, which are what you're trying to collect. You're going to have hero cards, which are who you're choosing to actually tell the tales. Token trackers, depth tiles, which is the different dungeons you're going into. Then there's some advanced stuff where you get prestige tokens and bonus room tiles. Hero cards, feat cards, depth tiles. We'll go over all of them when we actually look at them. The game setup is basically like this. You have your different dungeons you can go into. You play different feats. These are the things you're claiming to have done. Treasure you've looted, monsters you've defeated, things like that. And then what you do is you play one of your heroes down into a dungeon that matches their card, and you say, hey, my guy did this. And then it goes around the table, and every other player, it'll come back to you until everyone decides to pass, has the option to play another card to that dungeon, to say, no, I beat that guy, and then maybe they also did more stuff. And then each player can keep playing until someone drops out, and when the last player's left, they get all the treasure. They score points. So your two things you can do on your turn is do that, which is called staking a claim. The other thing you can do is think and drink. So if you want to, you can draw 3 cards from the deck, 3 hero cards, and then you can discard 1 to the discard pile. It doesn't have to be one of the other ones, so you do it. And then if you have over 3 or 4 cards, depending on how many points you have to discard more cards. So that way, if you play a bunch of cards during your last turn, you might have to spend a turn just refilling your hand. It says hand management and card conservation are important aspects of this game. So you have to decide when it's worth playing a card and when it's worth just skipping. Because you don't want to play all, if you have 4 cards and you want to play all 4 during your claims to try and get one, lose out, and then now your next turn you have no choice but to sit around. That's the general idea of the game. And then as you get your score, you gain points based on the number of sets you get. So it's also determined on what you want to try and do. And we'll look at that more when we get in there. There's special rules. Then there's some advanced cards we can get into, which the rulebook tells you to skip them initially. 2-player rules, so if you just want to play 2 players, there's an option to do that as well. So let's look at our different cards and our rooms and all that fun stuff there. So, first thing I want to just look at is we have the room tiles. So, we're going to have these big, giant square tiles, like these. So we have, the taverns. And then now, symbols on here are going to show how many feats you can have in each one. So, we have taverns, inferno, catacombs, the mine shaft, and the ice cave. So all 5 are the exact same. The little pictures up in the top corner are going to kind of show like what's going to match on a player's card. So if I grab a random player card out of here, for example, if I have the Stone King, he can go to the Ice Caverns because his little color matches the color up there. But then you could have Isham, which can only go to the fire area, the Inferno. There are going to be other ones that have dual areas they can go to. And then there's some that'll have more than that. The Elites, which can go to any 5 of the areas. So yeah, and we'll look at those a little bit closer in just a moment. So that's all these. Otherwise, they're all the same. Now, alternatively, we can flip these all over. And they're going to have the same things on each side. But there's a circle ring in there. So this is actually a really cool thing that they added in the game. So it wasn't in the initial thing, they added it later on, I believe. So we get these circle tokens here. We get a bunch of them. These are like portal rooms. I forgot what they're exactly called. They're just called room tiles. So what they do is, if you want to play the more advanced game, you can slot these in. Now, you have all 5 locations out no matter what. You pick 3 of them to slot, so not all of them are going to be the same. So now on the outside, it's still showing the gold for being the cavern, like the rocks and stuff. But instead of it being called the cavern, now it's the ancient arena. You can have up to 5 feat cards in there. And it says, you must have 2 unique monster kill claim feats to start a claim. So, to go to the arena, even to do anything here, you have to have killed some monsters first. So these are definitely neat things, because they're going to show off different things. So the Arcane Antechamber, you gain a prestige token for winning a claim, which you just gain extra points at the end. And these pop out very nicely. We have a Diabolical Den. A monster kill feat must be claimed first. So, there are different types of feats. There's treasures, which have a little treasure symbol. There are quests that you've completed, which have the little Q. There can be monster kills. There are monsters you defeated, which have the little monster symbol. And there are occasionally special ones. So there's 4 different types you can get, and we'll look more into them in just a moment. But that's the show. So this one you can only do 3 feats on there. The more feats there, the more you can claim by going through all of them. So we have a Diamond Doorway. A claim may be started, including feats from the adjacent rooms, ignoring their special room. If this room is drawn for the first or last step, move it to the depths towards the center. Luminous Laboratories. The player who has started a claim shuffles and peeks at the feats before choosing. So these ones are played face down, so you don't know what's in there. But this lab lets you look at them. Gives you a little different thing. The Gelatinous Cube, the little skeletons, and the goblins. Minion Maze may claim only be started including feats from 1 pair. So that one has a symbol on the top and the bottom. So I'm not entirely sure. I think you must put stuff on both sides. Perilous Prison. Specialist heroes can only perform a claim for 1 feat. We have the Rose Ruins. So 2 face up, 1 face down. Which is also fun about these, is these are also match cards from Dungeon Drop. Various quests and stuff you can do. So starter steps, feats must be claimed in order from the top down. Thieves' Throne, just face down cards, and the last one is the Vast Vault, which has 4 cards. So those are our different rooms that we can access. So then before we get to the actual cards, let's look at our trackers. So you're going to have, starting off, is these are just your prestige tokens. So as you gain points, you get to keep track up to 30. You get to 30, you can win. This -1 means you have to draw, your normal hand size is 4, but once you hit 16, you become good enough. You can only have 3 cards in your hand. And then there's like a red-orange one, there's a green one, light green one, a blue one, a dark green one, and a purple one. So you can play all five players right off the bat. Now, alternatively, on the other side, each one also has a special drink. So this is, again, you can play for a harder mode, or advanced mode. This is Dragon Skin. Draw 2 elite heroes and choose 1 to add to your hand. So it says if you're playing 3 players plus, though. We have the Slime and Lime. Start with 1 special feat of choice and gain its prestige. The Magician's Mead. Your hand limit is 5, while your score is 15 or lower. Boblin's Bubbly. Start with 1 goblin feat and gain its prestige. And the English Drop. If you're thinking and drinking while your score is 15 or lower, draw 4 heroes and discard 2 cards. So just some alternate things. So again, kind of like the room, you can play like the simple easy mode, where it's just you're playing the cards doing that, or you can play the sides that add more rules, which lets you play easy for a while and then jump in. So we're going to look at, we got a prestige token here. We have first player token for the tankards. If you bought the promo pack, you can actually get a special first player tankard. I'm going to show this is not part of this box set, but it was part of the Kickstarter program, and it's also might still be available on Phase Shift Games' website, but it's a promo pack that lets you get this tankard to use as your first player token. The little metal tankard, which is really cool. Again, not part of the set, but you could potentially get it through their website. So here we have our different characters. So we're going to have like a dwarf, which is a specialist. So he's going to show that he goes to that area. Specialists can claim up to 2 cards. And I don't believe you have to claim them in order, except for that 1 card. It says whichever 2 are in that area, you can pick them. So we're going to get a bunch of these. So all the dwarves are going to play the exact same. So if you have a dwarf in your hand, you know what he's doing. The Stone Kings go to the ice area. And it looks like you get 5 of each of these. So we have 5 of the gnomes. Five of the sleuths. And 5 Ishams. So those are our regular specialists. They can claim 2. Then we have 2 copies of some of the adventurers. So the adventurers we get less of, but they can go to 2 different areas, but they can only claim 1 feat. So they have more options on what treasure to look for, but they get less of them. So we have 2 wood elves, 2 humans, 2 boblins, 2 fairies, 2 hawkmans, 2 half-orcs, 2 gear golems, 2 shadow folk, 2 of the high elves, and 2 of the draglings. Then our final one, we have 1 copy of each of these. Now all these guys were from the Dungeon Drops game, which is really cool. So all the different races from that set. Now the elite ones are the ones from Dropped Too Deep. So it's kind of fun. They made this set came out at the same time, so they added them. So now these guys can go to any area, but they can't make any initial claims. So they can't be used for the first claim, but they can come through and one-up after someone else has already done it. So they can jump into any area and try and take over. They just can't start a thing. So we have the Mole King. Says adventurers cannot be played immediately after Mole Man. So it also stops him from playing. Stops him from playing adventurers. And these are recommended for 3 players plus. We have the Lurkman. Shuffle all feats into the claim deck, claims back into the deck, and then redraw the same number of feats for the claims face up. The Wobbling. Add 1 feat from the same room to the claim. The Infernal. The claim is cancelled, shuffle all feats in the claim back into the deck, and proceed to the next player. The Darkmander. Take another hero played during the claim into your hand if the Darkmander wins. And the Shapeshifter. Which I love the fact that this version of Shapeshifter has, I was say, might have body parts in a different spot. No, it does. They're in the same spot. I thought maybe had different body parts. Shuffle your hand back into the deck, then redraw the same number of heroes. So the Elite guys are kind of fun. They give you different things. Now, I think that includes all of the characters from the game outside of promo characters. I don't know if they included them. Then we have treasure cards. So these are what actually score you points. So all the treasures of the same type are going to be the same. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 gold cards. At the top, I think it's going to tell us how many we have of each. Yep, just so you can keep track of how many are in the game. So you're going to have a symbol here. It's going to show basically what's on the card. So that way when they start covering each other up, like this, you can keep track of which one it actually is on and see the big picture. What type it is, it's a treasure, and then how they score. So the first time you claim a gold and you win it, you gain 1 point. The second time you gain a gold, you gain another point. The third one you get, now you have 6 points, and then the same for everyone after that. So gold's not worth it if you're only going to get 1 or 2, but if you can start getting 3 plus, they're worth a lot. Next up, we have 6 treasure chests, which varying around. If you have 1, it's not worth anything, but then you have 2, it's worth 6. Your third one's not worth anything. Your fourth one's worth 9. I think the idea is they're supposed to be like, you get 1, you have a locked treasure chest, you get a second one, it's like saying you found the key. Oh, I can open it up. Then you got a treasure chest, you got a key. Like it can definitely be worth a lot of points that way. And then to also go with stuff in the, all these are components from in the game, which we have our blue gems, which are worth 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in increasing value. We have our pink gems, which are 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and 11. We have clear gems, which are 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. So one's even, one's odd, and then one continually goes up. So is one better than the other? Not necessarily. You know? Alright, then we have some quests. So we have a royal quest, which has the quest card or symbol. So you get 1, 3, 6, 10, and then 6, 3, 1. So basically, the more you get about to the middle of them, they're worth a lot. Then after that, they kind of start decreasing. Like you become too good, or however you want to look at that. I don't think we have any more quests yet. Nope, at least not yet. Alright, then we have some monster kill cards. So, I love these because these are all the monsters and stuff from the games. So we have goblins we can beat. So goblins are worth 3 points. So every time you beat them, they're just straight up worth 3. Trolls are worth 4. It's going to say in the top corner what you have. The dragon is worth 5. We do have another treasure here. We have 4 relics, which you can collect, which are worth 1, 1, and then all of a sudden they jump up to 12 and 16. So collecting the first 2 of 4 isn't really worth anything, but if you can get all 4 of them, or 3 or 4 of them, they're worth a lot. Just one person gets 3, it might be worth you picking up the 4th one, just so that they don't get 16 more points, you know. Or everyone could try and stop anyone from getting 12 or 16. Then we have 7 mimics. Classic. So mimics are fun because they have minus points on there. So you get 4 points, minus 2, 8 points, minus 3, 12. So they kind of work like the treasure chest with a lock and key. But on the opposite one, it's the mimic attacking you. Plus it's a monster kill and a treasure. Then we have a crystal golem. So it says 2 or add to a gem stack. So that's kind of a neat thing. You can either have 2 of them, or you can add 1, or add to a gem stack and add up that pile as well. Because maybe that might help you finish off a collection. We have boss armor. So you get 2 points, or 2 per unique monster kill. We have some gelatinous cubes, which are 2 or draw 1 feet. Then we have a bunch of special cards. So we have Secret Door, which says 1 and Adventure Powers. Adventure Powers add 1 treasure feat from the adjacent room to the claim. So I mean, if you don't win it, that sucks for you. But I love that it's I love that down, a torch down there you place here, kind of like the wall would come out. We have Magic Bolt. Add 1 monster kill from the adjacent room to the feat. We have Potion of Stamina. Add 1 feat from any type to the same room to the claim. And then the final set of ones we have another treasure, we have the Dragon Egg, which is worth 6. And then everyone after that is worth minus 3. So you might be like, why would you ever collect more than 1? It might be beneficial to maybe get minus 3 points to pick up another claim that will give you plus 12 or plus 16, like if there are relics in there. Kind of that gamble, like someone might throw it in there as like, hey, I don't have a dragon egg, so I'll try and get it, and then maybe it'll shy everyone else away from trying to get a dragon egg as well. So that is all of those. So yeah, this is... Oh, and then we didn't show off the little icons for your token trackers. For your little cards. That's kind of... They look like buses there, but they're supposed to be tankards or cups. Alright, so the last card I want to show off is a promo card. So this is from the same promo pack that you can get this tankard from. So if you get that, you're going to get some cards for Dungeon Drop. You're going to get 1 promo card for that. You're also going to get this promo card, which has a little promo card symbol in the corner, which is the kill card for the Flame Demon. And he's only 1 of them, like all the other, like kind of like the big dragon. So it says 5, and all others minus 1. So it's kind of a fun extra card to get. So if you're looking to get some extra little bonuses for the thing, you can pick up that promo pack. Probably from their website. But yeah, so it's a little set collection game. You just gotta kind of, based on what you have in your hand, what you're willing to try and risk doing, try and make these little sets and stuff. And I love the fact that there's a 2-player mode. It's up to 5 players, which is fun because a lot of games are like 4 players. And then also the fact that there's advanced cards and stuff you can do. So you can play with the elite heroes, you can play with the advanced dungeons, tiles, you can play with the advanced prestige trackers. So you can make the game, like, first couple times you can play, you can eliminate some of that stuff, makes it a little bit easier. And then as you play later, you get more, you can add some of that stuff in there. It'll be really interesting to see if they add expansions to this. I know one of their next games that's coming out is Drive Drop, which is a space version of Dungeon Drop. It plays differently. It's not like compatible. It'd be kind of neat if they made like a version of this, but with that, but like I know it has different style artwork, but that'd be kind of neat to like be able to mix those together. Or just add, if they add more expansions to Dungeon Drop, if they do add some more characters or cards or extra sets, they add an extra thing in there, like some of the new monsters, monster kill cards or armors and stuff that were added in Dungeon Drop might be kind of neat, like or expansion packs like the skeletons and things like that. Little extra expansion to the set would definitely be cool. And these are sleeved with regular card sleeves. And then the last thing to point out is this box is the exact same size as the other boxes. So you can stick it in the big treasure trunk storage box with everything else. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you in the next one. Bye. So quick add-on. I did show off that we have the promo pack from Base Ship, which has the Flame Demon kill card. But the other two promo sets you can get are for this game, you can get cards from the Tantrum House, which is a YouTube channel. They have promo cards. So you're going to get some for Tavern Tales, or for, this is Tavern Tales. Get some for Dungeon Drop, and for the new, you should get this for Dungeon Drop. You'll also get a card for, Drop Drive, which is their brand new game. But this is the one you're going to get for them, which is called, it's a consumable. It's one, an adventure power, and you'll get the adventure power is draw 1 feat, peek at it, and then add it to the claim face down, so you kind of know what's in the next thing coming up, but nobody else does, so that's kind of a fun ability. The other place you can get promos is Dice Tower, so their promos, which I think they sell through Board Game Geek. If you get theirs, there is a kill card for the Ice Demons. You can get that if you're looking for the other promo card for Tavern Tales. I had these set aside and I forgot to grab them, so I just wanted to point that out quick. There we go.